Yeah, let me get a liter of cola. A liter of cola. Well, it's not really a liter of cola, but it's not a liter of Bang either. Chasers, Kevin Van Voris here for the video for you guys today. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, halfway through the week. So I don't have any bangs today, so I'm not gonna ask who's banging today, but I've already had one. I need to start scheduling my YouTube video content making around my bang schedule. That way I can ask who's banging and then I can put a bang in the thing. But anyways, hopefully you guys are having an awesome week so far. I know I am. But I wanted to start a conversation about, did I take my Hellcat too far? So let's get into it.
Off the Remy, had up at post, had to hit my old town, and nothing knows.
On a Facebook page for kind of the local people who street race and go to the track. Now, our local track is fairly lenient with the rules. If you go to a smaller track, you'll know exactly what I mean. For example, NHRA tracks, if you run faster than a 9.9, your car needs a cage, okay? If it's 2008 or newer. If it's 2008 or older and you run a 9 or below a 10.9, you actually have to have a cage, in case you didn't know. So my our track here is an IHRA track, and they've been very lenient with the rules. Okay, the fastest I ran there was a 9.7. That was at a private track event that where we rented out the track. And then before then, you know, I didn't run a 9. The fastest we've got in the car at the track was a 10.0. And that was before we switched the pulley. And the bad thing is about my track is it's just not very good. And the DA, the density altitude, is not very good here. So, anyways, from what I understand, the track is going to be enforcing their rules a little more. So I wanted to start a conversation with you guys because of how easy it is to run like a 9.9 nowadays. Maybe not Amarillo, but like if you're in Houston or something like that, if you have or if you're in Florida or New Jersey where you have really good DA, it's fairly easy to run a 9.9 even in a stock vehicle. So a Dodge Demon would be a good example, and I know people are like, only a few people. If you have good DA, you're gonna run a 9 in your Dodge Demon. A McLaren 720S would be another good example. There's several cars that can run 9s from the factory, even if it's a 999. But my question is, you know, do they need to change the rules to a faster time, since, you know, rules for crash test ratings are so more strict nowadays than they used to be. It seems like every year they get more strict and more strict. So, you know, with my car, obviously it blew the engine. The engine's getting built. If you guys haven't checked out Livernoy's new video, I would highly suggest you go over to Livernoy's channel and go check out their video. It kind of goes over basically what they're doing with the engine, and they're going to take you guys step through step with building it and tuning it and everything. So it's going to be really, really awesome content. So the reason I'm asking is because, you know, I think once you put a cage in your car, like a 10-point cage, it loses the, I don't know if I should say streetability of the car. Obviously, it's for safety purposes. You know what I mean? You know, if you're going to be running faster than a 9.9 at the track, the NHRA and even the IHRA, they want you to have a cage. To me, I'm on the fence. Like, obviously, my car, the fastest I ran was 9.49. In Houston, probably could have went 9.3s. When I get my car back, it's going to be a lot faster. So obviously for me, I'm probably gonna have to put a cage in my car if I want to start doing track events. I'm still on the fence about what I want to do, if I want to do it now or if I want to do it later. For right now, at least I know I'm going to be racing in Mexico, but I really don't know as far as the track events, just because with the Hellcats, if you're doing track stuff and you've got a good amount of horsepower, you're gonna need a 9-inch rear end. That's another $6 to $7 grand. I don't know if I want to do that yet. That's the only thing that's holding me back. But, you know, it does raise the issue of, do they need to change the rules to maybe if you run faster than a 9.5, then you need to have a cage. You know, you've got cars coming from the factory, and the Dodge Demon is a great example of that, which Dodge didn't want to put a cage in the car. Now, I'm pretty sure Porsches do come with a cage. I'm not sure which ones, but I drove a couple, one or two, and I'm pretty sure they had cages from the factory. I thought the Mustang GT350s, that was an option. GT350R was an option, but don't quote me on that. So I'm asking you guys, do you think that if you run a 9.9, do you need to have a cage in the car? Obviously, it's just for safety purposes. If you're going 150 miles an hour and you crash, your car's going to do some damage. The cage is not going to for sure save your life, but it's definitely going to give you a higher percentage of saving your life. So I was getting in a conversation with, you know, the people from the track, or the people in Amarillo who like race at the track and stuff, and I was just saying, you know, do you think that they need to change the rules? Because most cars, like a Hellcat for example, if you're in Houston, you can run a 9.9 with an upper or lower E85 and a good tire, like 15-inch conversion. You can run a 9.9. Anything faster than that, you're gonna have to do a little work, but you can run a 9.9 fairly easily. So it's beginning to become really easy to run a 9 in a car. And I think I just saw a Corvette ZR1 on a tire run a 9.98 so the other day. So cars are getting a lot faster. Safety regulations are obviously getting more strict. Do you think that they need to change the rules for the cages? I personally think they do. I think if your car is newer than like 2016, I think they need to change the rule to like a 949. You know, and that's just my opinion. So I guess the other question is, you know, have I taken the Hellcat too far? You know, have I? By blowing the motor. You know, the next step, obviously, you know, things are going to start going out. Hopefully the transmission will hold it for a while. From what I understand, Tim Barth recommends, and even Eric from EMP Performance, they recommend doing a Demon torque converter. So I'm going to talk to Livernois about that so I can at least help save my transmission for a little longer. But that's obviously something probably by the end of the summer that I'll probably need to do. And then, you know, it's just you keep going. And I guess that's the only bad thing with blowing my motor. It was nice to have a stock engine, stock trans, and a stock blower and be able to push it all the time. Obviously, probably should have retuned my car or checked the oil because I think it was low in oil. But, you know, it is what it is. But I'm just, you know, I don't, for right now, I don't think that I went too far with my car. Obviously, that could change once I get the car. I'm excited to get it back, and I can't wait to get it back. It'll be the fastest thing that I've ever drove, that's for sure. And I'm really excited to show you guys what Livernois has been doing behind the scenes. And I'm excited because some of the stuff that they were showing on their video, I didn't even know they were doing. So that's pretty cool. Really, my question to you guys is, do they need to change the cage rule? And does having a cage take away from the streetability of your car? I know Mush, when he was contemplating, which he ended up selling his Charger, you know, his next thing was like, well, I'm gonna have to put a cage in the car, and he didn't want to do that. For me, luckily, it's not my daily driver. And, you know, I think with the I think cages nowadays, you can make them to where, like, they're not a pain in the ass, and you can actually, like, get in and out of them fairly easily. I loved the Hellcats because of the drivability and the streetability. You know, in my head, though, I'm like, man, if I put a cage in the car, am I going to the next level? And is it going to take away the streetability and the drivability of the car? I don't know. You know, there's not very many Charger Hellcats out there with cages. Even Demons and stuff, there's not very many with cages. There's probably, you know, you probably count it on 2 hands. So, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things like, you know, do I want to put a cage in the car? You know, for safety-wise, I'm going to need to, obviously. I was just trying to have a conversation on the Facebook page. People got offended and blah, 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 like people usually do. But, you know, it sucks because, you know, you want to go faster with your car, but then it feels like you get to a point where maybe you've gone too fast, I guess would be what it is, you know what I mean? So that's the only thing that, like, I'm on the fence about, is like, man, do I really want to put a cage in the car? I love my Hellcat Charger. I'm probably going to have that car forever. So for me, putting a cage in it and stuff, that's okay. It's just like, man, if I do that, I'm taking my car to the next level. But isn't my car already going to be the next level with the new engine? Yeah. You know, if it was still stock motor, stock trans, stock blower, yeah, that's probably what I would probably be like, no, I'm not going to put a cage in it. There's no reason. But I feel like once you have a built motor, I'm probably going to keep the car for, you know, forever. But like in a Dodge Demon, like, you know, I'm not racing it all the time. So like, unless you're really racing it all the time, then you got to put a cage in it, you know? So that's the only, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of the bad thing about it. Like, you know, if you lived in Houston where you had really good DA and you're in your Demon, you'd be running 9s pretty consistently, they're going to make you put a cage in it. It's like, do you want to put a cage in a $90,000 car that didn't come with one from the factory? I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things you got to kind of question yourself a little bit. So I was just curious about what you guys thought. If any of you guys have put a cage in your car, obviously I know it's for safety reasons, but does it take away from the street ability or the drivability of the car? I don't know. So I guess we're going to find out when I get my car back, hopefully within the next 4 weeks or so, maybe a little sooner. We'll see. It's not like I'm in a rush. I don't have any races coming up or anything like that. But I really wanted to get what you guys thought about it. And just kind of see what you guys thought. But anyways, let me know in the comments below. Let's have a little conversation. Let's go back and forth. And if you guys have any experience, or maybe you just think that every car should have a cage no matter how fast you go. Anyways, thank you guys for watching today's video. My name is Kevin Voris. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome week. And I hopefully going to be picking up the new car for the new channel sometime this weekend. I also just found another one, so I've got a couple to choose from, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And also, David will be going live tonight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, so make sure you guys check that out. I always appreciate you guys' support. Stay grinding, stay hustling. My name is Kevin Voris, and I'm out this bitch.